Why has Realty World have so many top producers?
Well, we don't now, but we've produced quite a few of them. This is a small rural office. At one time we had 3 offices, now we're back down to 2. But first of all, I should explain what a top producer is. The top percentage of the real estate agents in the Triangle area, Wake, Orange, Chatham, Johnston, Harnett, all the counties that surround the Raleigh area are in what is known as the Triangle MLS, that MLS has thousands, like between 6,000 and 8,000 agents, and you're looking at the top percentage of agents that are top producers there. In order to qualify to be a top producer, you have to break the 10 million threshold, which is strong, or you have to have 50 transactions or more, which is really strong. You're not looking at a part-time. There's no such thing as a part-time agent that's doing 10 million. If our average sale in like the Wake, Chatham, Orange area is in the low 400s, you're hustling. You're selling close to 1 a week, and the average agent nationally does 1 a month. And the average agent is doing right around 2 million a year. So someone that's cranking out 10 million is doing something. To be honest, I've been very, very lucky at what has come through the door. Part of our success is that we've been in Chatham County. So you have the fact that you got established in Chatham while Chatham was growing was a huge advantage. And if you're in Wake County and you start in Wake County, there's a lot of established agents there already. So we had like more of a greener frontier opportunity for sure. But I was really lucky that I had a software salesperson, I had a planning person, I've had former teachers or a real estate agent from another state or whatever. These are people that certainly had the tools, the know-how, and the wherewithal to be. They were going to be good salespeople, whether or not they came through this office. But I do think that they at least learned how to do it the right way. We're a system of checklists. I think we have high standards. One of our competitors at one time said, well, at Realty World Carolina Properties, they're interested in pushing paperwork. We're interested in selling. Well, we sell more than them, and we push our paperwork. Like, we try to do things right, so that's important. But these agents were certainly going to be good agents on their own. I think one of the things that certainly helped them is that they were in an established firm. We're 23, 24 years old now. We have a good network of vendors. We have transactional experience, which is good. And we also have relationships with the local government officials. You need to know people in the inspections department, to get a permit approved, to get a subdivision approved. So those are all to get a plat or a survey recorded. So those are all good, important people to know. And I think that's helped these agents get established. The other thing I think this office does is we're very pro-education. So we have a scholarship program in our office, which not many other offices have. So if you go out and get some extra classes or some letters next to your name, like I have the ALC accreditation, we like the ABR, the accredited buyer's representative. We have the CRS. Several of our agents became CRSs through this office. I'm all about that extra education because I know that's going to make you a better agent, and you're going to give better service to your clients. So the fact that we help pay the agents for those classes really shows that the value that we put on education. And not all of them got their start here, but 3 of them did. And this was the very first place that they sold real estate, and now they're over $10 million. That's something that we're very proud of. There was one that was pretty strong before she came in here, and we helped her get over that 10 million threshold. And then there were a couple of them that they were real close to being top producers, and they immediately became top producers after they left here. So the criticism I would get is like, well, Eric, how come you're not keeping them? Let me give you a little background knowledge of how agents and productivity works. To be honest, like an agent that's under $2 million, we're losing money on them. They're not as good as closing their leads. They ask a lot of questions. They're very, very needy, and they don't have the ratio of successfully closing their leads. The $2 to $5 million agent is like filet mignon. I mean, that is the perfect agent. They are eager, strong. They're not going to get you in trouble. They're making their own business. They're on that. They're excited about what they're doing. They're making good money. And then once they get over that 5 million mark or the 7 million mark, now they start being a little bit more demanding. And they're like, instead of I'm so appreciative of what is going on here and I've built my business, they're like, I make you a lot of money, and what are you going to do for me? And the value of the transaction gets a little bit more crunched. And you know what? They're headstrong. They're good. They're very smart. They're good at what they do, and they have and they're constantly being bombarded by other firms. Well, he's only doing this for you. Well, we'll do this for you. And so they start getting bigger egos, and justifiably. And at some point, it's like the bird that leaves the nest or whatever. They're like, well, I can do it on my own, and they can do it on their own, and they have done it on their own. We're very proud of the fact that we've had people leave here, and they've been very, very successful. But I can tell you that the top producers can take a lot of your time as well, and they can be very challenging. One of the things that's been very interesting in my career is every time a top producer left, my sales went up because they do take a lot of time and everything, and it's all part of the growing situation, and not all of them have ended well or whatever. I mean, hopefully we can all keep it on a professional basis, but the majority of them I still communicate with, and there's a couple, Sandy is a great example of a top producer and everything, and she and I still talk, if not every day, every other day, and there's a lot of positive feedback, and we do a lot of transactions together. So I'm always, I guess it's like the former teacher or coach in me. I never begrudge their success and everything. I really like the fact that I can take some kind of comfort in the fact that some of their training or some of what has become them, they learn from here, and they're carrying that forward. So all the best to them.